I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. This is the first time I put my full soul into something and actually saw results like this. And it's the first time I'm able to actually bring myself peace and feel like I'm fulfilling my destiny and I'm actually serving my purpose. And that's what keeps me going. The fact that I'm feeding my soul and my soul was starving for so many years with me ignoring it. And now that I'm feeding it and properly taking care of my soul the way it's supposed to be taken care of, the power that I hold and the way that my life is increasing, my body is increasing, I feel better than I've felt in years. I feel more accomplished and more powerful and more outspoken and more empowered than I've ever felt in my life. And I just want to keep fighting for it and keep encouraging the other people to fight for their independence. If you have a voice, use your voice. Use your independence. Use your ability. Or if you don't use it, you will lose it. You have to use it and you have to stand in your power. It's time for the leaders to step up. And spiritually, I've done everything I was supposed to do. Now all I have to do is step into my power and take it because I've made it through all the tough parts of spirituality. I've made it through all those tough months, the spiritual sicknesses, which is the worst sickness I've ever been through. Nothing physically hurt this much or made me feel this powerful and this great. When you're going through that spiritual leveling up and you're going through that spiritual lifting up, there's nothing like that sickness. There's nothing like that power. There's nothing like the spiritual journey. It will force you to look in on yourself and make you admit things about yourself that you never thought you would admit. I've admitted everything. I've admitted all my shortcomings. I've overcame them all. And I'm building myself into a whole nother human being that is completely fearless. I feel like things that used to hold me back, that I used to be afraid to admit because I didn't want to grow and I was afraid of change. I feel like I step into change now. I see change as a good thing. I see my career as a good thing. I see everything that I ever been through in my life as a good thing. And I feel like I'm back to the powerful person I used to be before I had all the surgeries. The person who said what he had to say and didn't hold back and wasn't afraid to speak his mind, no matter what it meant, because I'm, I'm feeding my soul and standing in my power. And that's all I honestly care about. The power and the fact that I'm feeding my soul and I'm finally listening to my heart, what I should have done from the beginning without fear. But I was so caught up in the world and what they wanted, I wasn't feeding my soul. And I just feel like I missed out on so many opportunities. But then again, as I understand my journey, it was the way it was meant to go. I'm just happy I'm here now and I'm doing right and I'm not fighting against spirit. I'm letting things flow and I'm going with the flow of life. And now I just want to continue to feed my spirit, feed my soul, and continue the journey. I know I got more amazing places to see, more amazing things to do, and more amazing people that I haven't even met yet that are going to thrive and eat off my message. But the one thing I can tell you from my personal journey is that I had to go it alone. I had to be alone and I had to master it. And mastering it alone gives you this type of fire that I feel like nobody else has. Like, I understand Kobe's fire. I understand anybody that had to go on the road alone when it comes to dominating whatever you're good at. Because in spirituality, that's the most prideful thing about me. I had to do it alone. And a lot of people can judge it from the outside. But if they ain't never had to go through it, you can't really tell me what I had to go through. Or you can't really tell me what I had to feel because of the journey, because of the way the journey was, because of the way the journey did me, and because of the powers and the stuff I control, and the ultimate part that I'm almost about to get out of, because I will myself through it, and I fought through everything tough, And now I'm finally been to be able to celebrate and finally be able to put all that toxic, negative, dangerous stuff behind me and finally be able to live in my power and enjoy the life that I've built and worked my ass off for that I had to do by myself, that I'm extremely proud of myself for, because I showed extremely true guts, courage, and I'm still showing it every day, and it's still improving day by day. I love what I do. I love my career. I love my encouragement. I love the fact that I'm tapped into my soul and I understand my story and I understand my journey. I play and I joke a lot, but this is the most work I've ever put in my life. This is the most sick I've ever felt. This is the most powerful I've ever felt. This is the most pain I've ever felt. This is the most I've ever felt in life, period. And I will always feel it and I will always tap into and step into my full power and do everything in my power to continue this journey and make sure I do everything I can to continue to feed my starving soul. And I didn't realize how powerful I was. I honestly feel like I'm one of the most powerful spiritualists to ever exist. With the way my spiritual powers are, I feel like I'm at a spiritual high level when I'm in my full power. And I don't feel like nothing in the world can keep me down unless I choose to be held down. But why would I ever do that? I'm just ready to get to the next level and continue to progress. I want to keep feeding my soul. Now that I've opened the door, I can't let it go. And I can't let up. I have to keep going. I have to see what the ultimate version of me looks like on this spiritual journey. But that's just my opinion and my opinion of where I'm going in life and what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to keep feeding my soul because it's been starving for years. And now that I finally opened it all the way up and I understand everything, I just want to see what I look like living in a life of peace when all the chaos is over and I made it through it all because I stood in my power and I dealt with it one by one and I didn't complain. I grind in, I put the work in, put my head down, did what I had to do, and kept grinding my way all the way to the top with no stopping, no letting up, no doubting myself, always believing in me, always encouraging myself, and always just trying to stay self motivated and self encouraging. Because I feel like for most of my life, that's in my own mind now. Not physically, but in my own mind. That's something I always had to do. Keep myself motivated. Whether it's telling myself that what I was going through, I had to motivate myself through school. I just had to motivate myself through life. I'm a natural self motivator. It's the way I grew. It's the way I grew up. It's the way I had to be, having the condition I had, and I just always been that way. And now I'm using that energy to remotivate myself in a whole new career path in a whole new way. I just feel great because I finally feel like I found the one place I was supposed to be in life. I found my job, and I'm gonna just keep turning up and doing what I gotta do. That's what I love about my career, and that's what I love about my job. It just fits what I do naturally so well. Something I've been doing all my life, but now I'm be able to do it for the world and grow with you guys. So I'm excited to see where we can go. I know we're gonna open a million different doors. I'm just excited to be in my full power and to be my full self with nothing holding me back anymore. Not my emotions, not my body, not nothing. It's just me being my complete full self with no restrictions. And I think that could be partly dangerous, but then it's a good thing because I can fully be the person that I was always meant to be with nothing stopping me. And that's something I've never experienced. So it's gonna be fun to just let loose and be all the way myself and be comfortable with who I am, knowing I did everything I was supposed to do on my spiritual journey, in my opinion.